Leonard's good friend, Natalie, turns her back on him. She comes back home and asks him to kill someone because they blamed her for taking drugs. Leonard, of course, says no because he's not a killer. However, she keeps on nagging him and nagging him until the fact when he hits her, and then she falls to the ground. She goes back outside knowing that he's going to forget everything within 15 minutes because of his memory loss. When she comes back inside, she then says that Dawn beat her up, which makes him angry. Then he goes after Dawn. The point is, it shows that even though you don't see this in the entire movie because most of the scenes are blocked, every single day he's tortured by his friends and manipulated because he doesn't know better. He only has a few pictures to follow. And although it's an okay system, it doesn't show everything that happened today. It'd be impossible. It'd be tons of writing. Memento is a psychological thriller. It has very large turning points in the movie. Throughout the movie, we find out more and more things about lies people tell him. But by the end of the movie, when he finally kills someone, he already forgets the lies because of his short-term memory loss. At the beginning of although you don't see it, at the beginning of the movie, what's supposed to happen is his wife was killed and raped, and he sets out vengeance to find his wife's killer. Now, towards the end of the movie, there's a very large spin-off where he discovers that the wife's killer is actually himself. He, after seeing his wife raped, he goes into very large psychological depression, which I believe caused him to start losing memories and making memories that he only wanted to remember. Leonard's the victim of short-term memory loss. He takes pictures, makes notes, and tattoos himself to remember the facts. His wife was raped and killed and murdered. He's also trying to find and kill the man who committed the crime. Although not evident at the beginning of the movie, it shows throughout the movie that Leonard's actually going pretty much crazy after his wife was attacked. It was never fully proven if he actually had short-term memory loss, but he still was set out to find out who hurt his wife. Natalie is Leonard's great friend. Her description on the photo is that she has also lost some clothes, so she will help you out of pity. Natalie takes advantage of Leonard in several scenes throughout the movie, as in the scene that we showed you earlier. She has herself involved in a lot of drugs, but she's still one of Leonard's good friends. Teddy is one of Leonard's good friends. Leonard at the end of the movie actually kills Teddy because he thinks he's John G. Throughout the movie, Teddy does help Leonard a lot, and from the sounds of it, during the ending scene, Teddy was actually helped him find John G. However, he killed John G again and again because there's so many John Gs. Teddy is an actual cop. He was assigned to Leonard's case, and he really thought that Leonard deserved revenge, so he helped him with the movie. This movie didn't have too much direct voyeurism. However, there was a lot of picture taking and a lot of viewing from other windows. Leonard watched many people from his car, as well as people watched him from his own car. Most of the time, because of Leonard's short-term memory loss, when someone saw something happen, they didn't even tell Leonard until he actually needed to know, but within 15 minutes he would forget anyway. Voyeurism is basically the idea of getting pleasure from watching other people without them knowing it, viewing people through binoculars or taking pictures. Leonard takes a lot of pictures just to help him remember, so it's questionable if it's actually voyeurism. For first-time watchers, this movie is very hard to watch. It's all over the place. The last scene is actually the first scene. The first scene is actually the last scene. And throughout the movie, scenes keep going backwards and sometimes forwards. And at the end of the movie, it's actually the actual scene right before the first scene of the movie. However, once you watch the entire thing through, things sort of fall into place. However, it's very clear to see what actually happened to Leonard's wife. At the end of the movie, Teddy says that Sammy Jenkins isn't actually a real man. Me and my partner believe that Sammy Jenkins just symbolizes Leonard. We believe that he is the idea of him trying to be sane, because Leonard knows deep down inside that he's just insane. Sammy had a short-term memory loss. That was his problem. However, he found at the end it was psychological. And we believe, since all of the scenes throughout the movie about Sammy, that Sammy is actually in his own mind, and that Sammy never actually existed. Teddy also mentions this at the end of the movie. However, we're not sure if it's fully true, because Teddy did lie earlier in the movie. Sammy believes that witnesses aren't nearly as good as the facts. Throughout the movie, he relies purely on his pictures. However, towards the end of the movie, this heavily affects him. Teddy mentions that they found many John G's, and he's killed many people who they suspected and could be his wife's attacker. However, nothing is fully sure about if he actually fully got the attacker. This movie is very open-ended. We're not really sure exactly what happened, but he has killed many people, including his good friend. Throughout the movie, Leonard talks about his friend Sammy Jenkins. Sammy Jenkins also suffers from short-term memory loss. Sammy Jenkins' wife took really good care of him for a long time until she snapped. Although not directly stated, no one else has actually really fully heard of Sammy Jenkins. They hear Leonard talking with him all the time. But at the end of the movie, Teddy realizes and tells Leonard that Sammy Jenkins is in fact himself. This, however, Leonard doesn't want to believe, because that means his case is the same as Sammy Jenkins' case, that it wasn't actually physical, it was mental. It was such a depression that the mind is blocked out all new memories, knowing that it doesn't want to get hurt anymore. And after Leonard's wife getting attacked, he himself does this, to protect himself. One might ask why Leonard went so crazy. If his wife wasn't killed, just attacked, and was fine after, and if he just got hit in the head and could still think remotely right and remember his wife each morning, why did he go so crazy? We think it's because after she was attacked and after he was attacked, although his memory was lost, a new memory was gained of his wife getting killed too, although it's probably just a dream. It pushes him into a very psychological depression where he doesn't know what's right from wrong. This movie is very clear until the dead end, where things become a mystery. He just questioned if memories and try to rebuild Leonard's wife was actually raped and killed, because Teddy mentions that she ran away and had to go to a hospital, and that although he couldn't remember it, he had to say goodbye to her because it was just not right for her to hold on to someone who can't remember his own life. There's also the question if Leonard's condition was actually physical or mental. Never really mentions it. We also wonder if Teddy is a good friend of Leonard's, or if he's a bad friend of Leonard's. In this movie, this is a very confusing movie, and one of the reasons I like it is because the ending is just so out there. You have no clue what really actually happened. Did Sammy's wife did Leonard's wife really get killed? Is Sammy really Leonard? Was Teddy telling the truth during the ending scenes? Is Leonard really just going crazy and everything's actually really just fine. It leaves you in a complete cliffhanger. However, I'm sure if you look over the facts of the movie, you'll find out towards the end that everything really does make sense. However, it's not very evident to me, of course, but I heavily recommend this movie. The end.